I made in my mind as a young guy, I wanted to become world class at something. I just had to find out what the something was going to be. And the very first time that I walked into a Wall Street trading room, I knew this is it. The ticker tape is rolling, the phones are ringing off the hook, people are screaming and shouting out orders, bodies are flying all over the place, and what looked like chaos to anybody else, I could see the natural rhythm in it. It was like I was reading a sheet of music, and I knew this is where I'm supposed to be. I kept coming back. I wore one branch manager down to the point that he says to me, Gardner, based on persistence alone, we're going to give you a shot. Man, I quit my job. That was all I wanted. I went home and I told my ex, you know what? You said I couldn't do it, but guess what? I start in 2 weeks. I was pretty pumped up. All the way up to the point. I show up on the appointed day and time, only to find out the gentleman who had made me the commitment had been fired the previous Friday. And nobody knew who I was, why I was there, and did not care. In California, when you quit your job, that means no unemployment insurance, no income, no benefits, and worse than that, the worst thing is now I got to go home and tell this woman I don't have a job. If you don't remember anything else I say here today, remember this. Unemployment will not help your relationship. Somebody know what I'm talking about. I know you do. Think about it. We're a young family. We got a baby. She's a doctor who can't practice. I'm the breadwinner, and I quit my job thinking I'm going to Wall Street. Things got tough at home. Things got tense. I still had one shot left at the street. But before I can play it all the way out, I still got to take care of my family, which meant I did everything legal that I could to take care of my family and still pursue my last shot at the street. I cut grass, hauled rubbish, cleaned basements. I learned roofing. I learned painting. I did everything that I could to take care of my folks and still pursue my last shot at the street. Had a situation at home, things were tense. Had a problem, something happened, probably never happened to anybody in this room but me. I had one of those arguments with my ex that only ended because we both fell asleep. Now somebody know what I'm talking about. I know you do. We woke up in the morning, everybody's feet hit the floor, and guess what? We went at it again. The neighbors don't know what might happen, what could happen, what's going on. They call the police. The police come, they want to make sure everything is fine, and one of my friendly Berkeley police officers doing his job says, well, let me just run this license plate through a computer. That was it. With interest, I had $1,200 in unpaid parking tickets, all of which I had accumulated the previous year trying to interview in downtown San Francisco. Double parking, illegal parking, late to feed a meter. Well, you know what? The position I was now in, having to cut grass to put food on the table, every dollar that came in the door, I had to make a decision. I could pay the rent or I could pay the tickets. I did probably what every man in this room would have done. I paid the rent. I was taken to jail. First, last, only time in my life taken to jail for parking tickets. And to show you how a bad day can get worse, all of this happens on a Friday, which means no court until Monday. And I know somebody out there thinking about it. Let me tell you something. If y'all got some parking tickets, you need to get up and walk out of here right now. All I could think about is, does my little boy know I didn't leave him like my father left me? I went to the place we used to call home in Berkeley, California, and I looked through the window, and I knew they were gone. This chick took everything but the dust. Most importantly, she had taken my little boy. But I still had to go on this job interview. I show up at Mr. Costello's front door and I explain, Mr. Costello, I'm Chris Gardner. Today is the biggest day of my business career. I must admit, I'm underdressed for the occasion. And out of nowhere he says, you be here tomorrow morning, I will personally walk into the trading room. Beautiful, getting my shot, that's all I wanted. I'm hired, base salary, $1,000 a month gross. I move into a boarding house, Oakland, California, all I can afford, 3 meals a day and a room. My days as a trainee were the same as they were for every other trainee who's ever started at the bottom on Wall Street. You do the one thing the brokers do not want to do or feel is beneath them, which is cold call. Turned myself into a cold call machine 200 times a day. And at night, the pain. When will I see my son? How much longer will this go on? Put it out of my mind, study, pass my exam, highest score in the class, big deal. My reward, I get to come back the next day and make another 200 phone calls. This goes on for months. And one night, 1 in the morning, there's a knock at the door. It's my ex. And the conversation is brief and to the point. I can't do this anymore. Here, it's your turn. Just like that.
Don't ever let somebody tell you you can't do something. Not even me. You got a dream, you got to protect it. People can't do something themselves. They want to tell you you can't do it. You want something, go get it. Period.